Hey guys, welcome to this new episode of BHB.
On today's episode, we'll be giving you a glimpse of senior projects, a quick commercial on ASL, and much more.
Next up, here's Lara reporting senior projects.
Every year here at North Buncombe, senior students in their English classes work hard to create and present senior projects. But what exactly is a senior project? A senior project is the culmination of a student's high school career meant to show how a student has learned in their past 4 years of education. We sat down with Mr. Zimmerman, an English 4 teacher and senior project supervisor, to ask how the senior project helps students to grow.
Everything involved in the senior project is going to be extremely beneficial when they graduate. You have to be able to research. You have to be able to communicate with an adult, which is part of the presentation portion of the senior project. It's also extremely beneficial to learn time management, responsibility, all of those aspects of being an adult. And the senior project encompasses all of those aspects.
For their projects, students are required to do 10 hours of work on their project of choice, write a research paper, and create a website and a 7 to 10 minute presentation. Some students present volunteer work or time they spent shadowing a professional, while other students present a learned skill or a physical creation, like a piece of artwork. Our senior project spotlight for this week, Sharon Valderrama, chose to take this artistic path.
For my senior project, I will be creating a small animation, and to create it, I'll be basically using my computer and doing each frame by frame on an animating program.
To create her animations, Sharon starts by creating a storyboard. She then draws the individual frames on her 3DS by using Flipnote Studio and transfers that art to her computer with an SD card. Then she edits the frames in Paint Tool SAI, a drawing software, and pieces them all together with Animatica. Currently, she has 156 frames completed and is expecting to have 300 frames when she is done, which is roughly 35 seconds of animation. If you're interested in her art,
you can find my work on my YouTube channel, It's a Sharon.
Make sure to stay tuned for more senior project spotlights in our future episodes. This is Laura Deaver reporting for BHB.
Hello Blackhawks! Today on this BHB episode, we thought we could remind you all of ASLs.
ASLs are attendance study labs that are after school and last from 3:15 to 5:15.
ASL takes place every Tuesday. On the day before the ASL, make sure you go to the counseling office and pay $5 to attend. You can pay for ASL before school, during lunch, and after school. Do not go during class time.
ASLs are now taking place in room 309. Make sure to bring work, no phones, sleeping, food, and of course no talking.
Where would you like to apply your credits?
Both to Mr. Zimmerman, third period.
Third period, Mr. Zimmerman.
Always check in with Ms. Watley to apply your hours to the correct class.
2 credits.
Yeah.
Would you please sign? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If you do not know how many absences you have, check PowerSchool. Log into your IAM account, go to PowerSchool, then scroll down to check those absences. Do it now.
Now here's some ASL advice from 2 seniors.
Hey, what's up you guys? We're here to talk to you about ASLs. ASLs are really important because they're what make up your absences. They're especially important to get it done earlier rather than later, or else you're going to end up really stressed.
And when you're in ASL, always bring work to do, don't sleep, don't eat, and don't have your phone.
Each ASL you can make up at least 2 absences per class.
And make sure you sign up at least the day before, in the morning or during lunch.
Don't forget to check your absences and sign up for ASL.
Up next, we have Macy Henderson with a quick recap on Denmark.
The Denmark Exchange Program happens every year. In the spring, students from Denmark come to the United States to stay with students from North Buncombe. The next year, in the fall, North Buncombe students fly to Denmark and stay with the same students from the year before for 2 weeks and experience a new lifestyle and different cultures. Ms. Gill organizes and sponsors the exchange.
The idea is that you see another school, another way of living. They get the same experience. There's a lot of differences between Denmark and the United States and a lot of similarities, and I think it's really fun for kids because they get to see what's different, but at the same time they're comfortable enough.
Students stay in Copenhagen for the first few days, then travel to Åbro to stay with their host families for the rest of the trip. I talked to a few students who traveled this year and asked them a few questions about their experiences.
I think my favorite part was getting to talk to all of the Danish students and kind of learn about their everyday life, and just get to be close with them.
My favorite thing about Denmark was probably the food, coffee especially, really good coffee and bread.
Well, whenever we first got there, we went to Copenhagen and we kind of just got to explore the city for the first 2 days.
Yeah, and go shopping a lot, but everything was expensive, so I didn't get anything.
Well, when we were in Copenhagen, we explored and we went to Tivoli Gardens, which is a really old amusement park, and that was really fun. I'm scared of roller coasters, so it was less fun for me.
Coolest thing we probably did was go to like this little town where like two seas met. That was super cool. It was like waves like crashing into each other.
Miss Gill didn't know where the trains went, so we accidentally went to Sweden.
Sweden!
That was fun.
Their schools are set up very differently than ours. They're like, you select a course basically when you're like 15, and then you like keep that all the way to your college, and you can't really change it.
Well, we got to discuss it in a lot of English classes with their students and compare cultures, and it was interesting to learn they're a lot more socialist than we are, which means they have more taxes, which is different, but they have money to provide for different things than we do. So it was interesting to kind of take a look at what they have.
Everybody's crying and hugging, and Inga-Lisa, who is the sponsor for the Danish students, leaned in my ear and she said, "The world just got a whole lot smaller." And of course I almost cried, but it's true. I mean, the world just gets smaller when you get to know kids that live that far away.
Danish students come to the U.S. in March of 2019, and then students travel to Denmark in 2020. If students are interested or have any questions, see Ms. Gill or Mr. Desio for more information. I'm Macy Henderson for BHB.
Now we have information about our Prostar competition.
Come and support the team.
We also have a student spotlight on Austin Bell
and a fun feature of local businesses.
So Prostar is Prostar is a culinary class for students who are looking to go in the culinary arts in the future, and it is not like a regular class you have in school. The curriculum is not set up like a regular foods class curriculum. We do a lot of more labs and cooking and stuff like that. We have a competition coming up on November 3rd at AB Tech. We have been mentored by a chef at the Grove Park Inn for the past 8 weeks training. We have to make a hot dish and a cold dish. So we've learned like the steps to making a menu, so call it, and different things like that. So there's going to be 4 other schools competing. They're all doing the same exact thing. They have a mentor one has one from the Biltmore House and different hotels in the area. There's going to be 3 judges. And also if you're 18 or under and you come in, you can actually do a crowd vote, which you can vote for your favorite. It is $10, and that lets you try 4 of the 6 dishes there'll be.
Hey, my name's Austin, I'm 17, I'm a junior, and if you know me from second lunch, I'm the guy that stood up in the lunchroom and played guitar. I've been playing guitar for about 3 years, and a lot of people ask me, why do I do it? I do it because most people think that they can sit there and be like, oh, I can do this and I can do that, and they take the time to do it, but then they just drop it. I'm walking around showing people that, hey, I've done this for 3 years. All I did was pick it up, learn one song, and then I got into it. There's one thing I always say to people that are always nervous about things. It's a little controversial if people think about it. I always say, if you want a tattoo, go get a tattoo. If you want a piercing, get a piercing. If you're a guy and you want to wear a dress out in public and be yourself, then you do it. It's your life. You pave your own way. You don't listen to nobody else. From a woman on a bus. ROTC is It influences me to be myself, but also to take up a leadership role. It helped teaches me, you know, there are times to where I can just sit down, play guitar, and joke around with friends, but there's also times that you need to be serious and get stuff done. You know, it's just a lot of stress, but you know, there's always that time where, you know, after school or you got everything done, I would just sit down, pick up my guitar and just play a little something for the people, just, you know, get their mood up.
Welcome to the future.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Fellow Blackhawks, with the onset of colder weather, the craving for donuts and coffee may arise. The BHB cast decided to search the best location for such efforts. We have come to the conclusion that Vortex Donuts has a stellar arrangement of cake and yeast with some competitive gluten-free options. When searching for coffee downtown, we found that High Five is a charming location to grab a pumpkin latte, catch up with friends, or take a crack at that social studies homework.
In the 21st century. Good luck to the Prostar team! Also, the talent show will be on October 31st during 4th period, but you'll have to pay $5 to get in.
Pop-up sign-ups will be next week during lunches.
Be sure to show your Blackhawk pride by supporting our team in the game against Reynolds today.
Juniors and seniors, don't forget to sell and turn in your money for prom. You can turn it in Mondays and Fridays.
Now we'll be sending you guys off with a special clip from the chorus concert on October 9th. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you November 2nd. I'm Shayla.
And I'm Andrea.
Bye!